And I'll never forget when I was at a show in Louisiana and Lorenzo Fertitta was sitting behind me, and Dana, who had been a manager of I think
Chuck Liddell.
Tito
Liddell
Ortiz,
too.
Chuck Liddell,
Yeah.
and Dana and I, of course, had known each other before then. I got the call from Meyerowitz after the show, and he said, "Listen, I've got some good news and some bad news." I go, "What's the bad news?" He goes, "Well, I sold the UFC." "Oh, who'd you sell it to?" "Dana White and the Fertitta brothers." Okay, that's Fertitta brothers are powerful. Dana's passionate and, obviously knows everything to do. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Dana and his amazing maverick style and everything he's done over the years with his team. I said, "What's the good news?" He goes, "Well, they're going to let everybody go except for you and John McCarthy." Okay. So then I went to a boxing match in Vegas, and I was invited with John to go out to dinner with Dana and, the Fertittas, and we all met, and they
And
put,
what year is this?
what, this like 99. If I'm not, I
Wow.
could be off here, guys, but 99
That's
I think was
crazy.
when they took it over. I'm pretty sure. I love wine and all, and you know, the Fertittas have such style. They put Opus One on the table, and I go, I really like this. This is going to be good. And their passion that they exuded and everything they wanted to do with it, I could tell this was the saving grace. This was going to put us over the top.
Yeah.
Then they went through their process, and as you may or may not know, they bought the UFC, I think, for $2 million. They eventually sold it for 4.2 billion or whatever that thing
God
was.
damn.
They went into it, and then Dana told the story. He got a call from Lorenzo. Look, we're like whatever, 40 million, 50 million in the hole. It's time to sell it, whatever. And then they decided not to, and they rolled the dice on the Ultimate Fighter TV series,
Mhm.
and that was on Spike TV. And then the end of that first season was the Forrest Griffin Stephen Bonner fight, which was phenomenal.
One of the greatest of all
And
time, right?
I think the share, if you understand, Nielsen rating share went up to like a 12 to 15 during that fight. Everybody was tuning into that fight. And like I always say, and I think I'm correct, I mean, Spike TV made us and we made Spike TV. And that was like the beginning of it all. And then again, thanks to Dana and the powers that be and the marketing team and everything, here we are today.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's crazy.
And thanks to the incredible fighters, men and women both, and the fans. The UFC fans are just incredible.
Insane, right?
Insane.
So you saw it. That's crazy. You saw the vision all the way back then.
I knew in the very beginning, and anybody can doubt this or whatever, but I knew this was going to be one of the biggest things in sports. Maybe not the biggest, although in some respect it's pretty darn big, but I knew this was going to be one of the biggest things in sports.
So you said you were leveraging like your own relationships and in media and stuff to help the UFC. What were you doing back then besides announcing to help kind of make it what it is today?
And there were little things I did, like, helping get on like the Jay Leno show or, Jimmy Kimmel and, use my media contacts to whatever I could. They had people doing it, but like, I even called ESPN one time and talked to them about the Ultimate Fighting. You know what they said? They were afraid of the name. That was the word I got back from one of the people, that I was dealing with back then, just saying, not that I was trying to make money and make a deal for them. That's up to them to make the deal. I just was introducing and say, guys, this thing is huge. And I'll never forget the call I had with ESPN. Well, the name's a little, and then what happened? ESPN bought the TV rights eventually.
So did you have like a business role in the company officially, or was that you were
No,
kind of just doing
I'm
that to help it grow?
I am the Octagon announcer.
Yeah.
I don't take credit for anything. It's just that if I'm out there, whether it's on a show like yours or I'm able to do an interview and promote the UFC and
Well,
talk
I
about
look
it.
at you're like a puzzle piece. You have your part, Dana, Joe Rogan, like three people you think about. I think of it like if I ever watched playoff baseball, or I mean World Series, and Joe Buck wasn't the announcer,
Right.
I'd be like, what the fuck? If I ever watched UFC and you weren't in the octagon, I'd be like, this doesn't feel right.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
But that's
that.
how big of a piece I think all three of you have become.